my name is Leanne Morgan, and I'm tickled about being Conan. Can you tell I'm tickled? Hi, my name is Leanne Morgan, and I'm tickled about being Conan O'Brien's friend.
Oh, that's so nice of you. Hey there. Welcome to Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend. Here with Sona Movsesian, Matt Gourley. How are you, gang?
You're good.
We talked about this earlier. David Hopping, who really took over as my assistant when Sona became a superstar. David Hopping had to go back home to the Midwest, to corn country, as he calls it. So Sona stepped in to take over for him. So Sona's been my assistant for like 2 days.
Yeah.
And we didn't miss a beat.
Nope.
It is hilarious. We went right back to complete idiocy immediately. Yesterday, we did some recordings, and then I had a doctor's appointment. So Sona really had to be my assistant because they told me, you can't drive there in case we need to dilate your eyes. It was for my eyes, and which are fine. But they said, we're just going to do a checkup. And so I went to this eye doctor, and Sona had to drive me. And so she drove me to the appointment, and because I swear to God, I behave badly when you're around because I want to make you laugh. And when I'm outrageous, you laugh, and then I go further than I normally would. So I was out of control yesterday.
Out of control. I mean, we can talk about this. We get to the building where the eye doctor is.
Yep.
And an elderly woman.
We are walking towards the office, and she's coming out of this eye doctor.
Yeah. And
maybe the oldest woman I've ever seen.
She's very, very old.
Yeah.
And then she's also got kind of like, the hunch like back that the old people do.
She comes out and she's wearing the giant glasses.
Yeah.
And
she's just kind of shuffling by
and
us.
I was fascinated by her.
Like a comic tragedy waiting to happen, basically.
Yes. And so she walks by, and I'm just doing all this comic reaction to her. She doesn't. She's moving on. I swear to God, she doesn't know what's happening.
Do you remember what you said, though, when she walked by?
What?
You said, oh, God, look what they did to her.
Well, she couldn't hear me. Could she hear me, Sona?
No, of course not.
But then I said, oh my God, if that's her after the appointment. And then I walk in, and there's a whole room full of people in the office. And I went, did you see that lady? What did they do to her?
Did you really?
I've never been to this doctor before. I don't know these people.
Nope.
The people in the waiting room are like, what did they do to her? And then I was like, her, you're not going to do that to me, are you? And everyone in the room, I have to say, some of them were enjoying it.
Some of them were, and others were like, "Who is this person?
Who is this madman?" But she starts laughing and going, and when she starts really laughing, and I'm sure she's done it here on the podcast many times, she goes, "I can't, I just can't."
Yeah. I know that.
She is laughing really hard, going, "I can't, I can't," and I'm saying, "What? You monsters!" And it's a doctor's office. It's a legitimate doctor's office. I don't know anybody there.
Nope.
Anyone who knows who I am is thinking, it's so sad that he needs this attention, but I can't help myself, and I wouldn't be doing it if you weren't there.
Yeah. Well, and then the appointment, because you hadn't gone to the eye doctor in a really long time.
And they wanted to do a bunch of tests.
Lot of tests. So it ended up being like over 2 hours. It was a really long appointment.
And I did have a legitimate complaint, which is, because my eyes are dry, they're watering all the time. And I think I've mentioned this before on the podcast, but there are times where I will be walking down the street and suddenly tears are rolling down it's the eye trying to keep itself from being too dry.
And this is unrelated to the eye pustule thing we talked about recently as well?
Maybe not.
All right.
Listen,
so much shit with his eyes.
I know.
Maybe it's just time to go blind.
I know. Maybe going blind would be the preferred way to go at this point, because there's no maintenance then. But anyway, but they were doing these tests.
Yeah.
And then I had to keep walking by you, right?
You had to keep walking by, but also at one point, because I wanted to wait for you, obviously, till you're done. And you felt bad because you thought it was taking too long. And I was like, I don't think you understand. I have just 2 4-year-old boys waiting for me. So you could take as long as you want.
You were quite happy to hang out.
Yeah. And
but
just
I kept
on my
saying,
phone.
Sona, if you need to go, I'll get an Uber, just go.
Yeah. But I was like, I'll stay. And then he would keep walking by. And then he did bits every single time he walked by. Every time he walked by.
Because she's there.
Yeah.
That's my favorite audience is there. And people think, oh, is the podcast, how do you know your roles? I was like, no, this is what it is.
Yeah.
This is, if the mics went down and never came back, we would just be doing this in this room.
It's accelerated when the mics are off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
People
exactly.
may think like you're on for the mics. I would say it's more the opposite.
Oh, no. I mean, if we had microphones yesterday,
Yeah.
I was doing so many bits, and there'd be times where they would say, okay, we're going to do one other thing. And I'd know I'd have to pass you again. I'm like, what do I got this time?
So what did you do when you walk by? Are you doing like physical?
can't
Oh,
even
a lot
remember.
of physical stuff, like, you know.
I don't even remember. I was
Like rowing
and then,
a canoe?
and then there was a kid there who wanted to
Yeah.
picture, who had glasses. And I was having a whole shtick with him.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah. You really work
It's
it.
terrible.
It's the first time he was at this doctor's office, too. It's not like he knew this doctor, knew the staff. It's the first time he was there.
I walk in going, what did you do to her?
Well,
What?
and then also because
You're monsters.
because it ran long, we went back to get our car and the parking lot
They
closed.
had closed. We were there
Jeez.
so long. And I think half the time was bits.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that one of the reasons we ran so late is because I was like, well, allowing for bits. The doctor said this will take about an hour. And I'm like, well, it's going to be 3.
Yeah.
Think about how much your bits have altered like the butterfly effect of the world. The world would be different if it weren't for your bits.
Yes,
Just by
because-
minor things that you've
Well,
delayed.
people's lives have been saved because to stop to watch me do a bit on the street saved them from stepping out in front of the bus, but also people have been killed
Yeah.
because I delayed them long enough to be hit by a bus.
You have blood on your bits.
I have blood on my bits.
Yeah.
And no pun intended, I'm probably in the red. My bits have killed more people than they've saved them.
Yeah.
It's
Oh my
like
God.
70-30.
Yeah.
That old lady, she's probably gone.
Oh, yeah.
She's left
Well,
us.
I mean, my God. I mean,
She's
this
like
woman.
100 and-
Yesterday,
she's
she's
110
fast.
years old.
Yeah. This woman cast a vote for Taft. She pulled the lever for Taft.
As a middle-aged woman.
As a middle-aged woman, she got in under the wire. I can still vote. I like Taft. She was very old,
Yeah.
and I wish her well. But my God, it was
man.
just it was a lot of fun. And Sona,
Yeah.
it's been really fun having
I
you back
know.
in the mix.
I
What are we doing
I
today?
really- I don't know. You have an appointment after this.
That's right, my new butt plug.
Oh,
let's
boy.
go.
Let's
just move to the
God.
interview.
I just realized I have to leave town too.
You
I
have to
can't be
there.
here for
They're
that.
taking a cast.
Yeah, Eduardo's gonna fill in for me. Thank you.
It's a bespoke model.
Oh, God.
Oh, I don't just buy them off the shelf. I get the bespoke butt plug. And Sona, you have to be there for the casting.
I have to hold the cheeks apart.
Oh!
Why did I join
Why?
in?
Why?
That is the worst thing
And we're
ever
going to go
said.
to that office and the door's going to open and that same old lady's going to come out. She's just had hers done.
You're killing people with this bit.
Yes.
People are going to die
Yeah.
because of this
Yeah.
bit. Save a
And
life.
now I'm done. You can cross the street. Look out!
Oh,
Shut up and save a life.
All right.
That lady got a butt plug.
Oh, come on.
I can't.
Oh, older people don't have an erogenous zone? I think they do.
Oh.
She has her... Yeah, she writes fan fiction about Taft. It's all pretty sexy. Here we go.
What the fuck?
Say I can't, just for fun.
I can't.
There you go.
No.
There you go. I'm overjoyed that you're here. I will say that right up front. You are hilariously funny, and you're one of those stories that just seems to make everybody happy, which is someone who deserves to be on TV and selling out concerts and bringing joy to people is doing it. It took you a while to get to this point. It was inevitable you were going to. And in some ways, you have a bigger impact when you show up at this point. Does that feel right to you at all?
It does, my
Yeah.
darling. It
Yeah.
does. I'm 60 years old. I'm a grandmother. I've been doing this 25 years.
Yeah.
I always tell people I thought I was going to be younger and thinner when this happened. I didn't know my butt was going to look so big on TV. And that I didn't have a chin. I don't know what happened to my chin. But I do look back without being sappy and I think, you know what? I got to raise my own children. I have these
Yeah.
stories. I have these what my act is about and all my comedy and my stand-up is about all these children and their daddy and the life I've led, and I led it out in the middle of the United States, a pretty normal life that now people relate to when they hear me.
All my favorite comedians have really lived a life, you know? And I believe that is essential. Like when I look at your stand-up and the way you talk to people, the word that just keeps coming through is authentic. It's really lovely to see. I'll say that.
Thank you, my darling. I've had people say that to me before, but yeah,
but it means more when I say it.
It means a lot more than Jerry Seinfeld saying it.
Yeah, I mean, who are these people? You know, hey, Leanne. You know what I mean? I mean, that's pretty much a dead-on impression. Yeah, that really is. I mean, close your eyes and you tell who do you think I'm? Don't you think Jerry's in the room? Hi, Leanne. You're authentic. You know.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, Jerry. First of all, there's so much to talk about. First of all, you come from this very small town, and I am always doing jokes with David about the small town. He comes from Carlinville, and I ask him a lot about growing up there. And your town was 5,000.
Mine's like 5,000, which I thought was tiny, and then I heard about yours.
Yours is how many people?
Well, I think today it's 624.
So they change the sign every day. Like, oh, someone left. Someone went to the motel across the border, and so they take it down one. It's an odometer.
I grew up saying 500 people, and we'd say a town of 500 people, but then somebody told me the other day it's 624, Leanne. But
because a bus passed through, just for the day.
But I graduated with 42 people in a little school, country school, and I went with kindergarten through 12, like 650 students.
Yeah.
And I ate lunch with the kindergartners every day as a senior.
Right.
So very, very rural farming community.
Yeah.
Big future farmers of America.
Yep.
I took home ec. I know you went to Harvard. Did you go to Harvard?
Yeah, but I majored in home ec as well. And I nailed it. I made a bunt cake my senior year, and they carried me off the football field on their shoulders.
That's basically what happened.
Yeah.
To me.
Really?
I made an omelet and graduated. I mean, I'm not kidding. And a baked Alaska. I can't remember. Okay. I wish I could remember that because that was pretty nifty. But yeah, and sold a pair of jodhpurs. Sewed a pair of them. They fell apart. But yeah, it was this is how rural and country. The boys in my class would get out at 1:30 in the afternoon to work in the fields. Mm-hmm. That's how old-timey. Doesn't that sound old-timey to y'all?
It does.
But I had really smart people in my class that went on. A lot of people went to college and all that. But very rural, outside of Nashville, Tennessee, so 35 minutes from Nashville. So we went into town to the doctor.
Which was a big deal.
That was a big deal.
But he was also a doctor, but he was also something else, right? It was probably one of those things where, well, he's a doctor, but he's also the judge, but he's also, you know.
And works volunteers at the fire department.
Right,
yeah.
Right. And he's a boxer. You just go on and on and on. First of all, I love that there's this, I remember John Mellencamp had this song about small town, you know, I come from a small town, and the gist of it was, you know, we're not like you city folk. There's no gossiping. And I remember my friend Andy Richter, who was my sidekick for years, was like, what are you talking about? No, there's everything in a small town that there would be in a big city in just a slightly different way.
Yeah.
It's the essence of it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you can see all of humanity in a town of 15 people. Probably.
Yes. And we gossip? Well, probably more.
Yeah. Well, because how can anything happen? That's the thing that would hurt me in a really small town is the word would get out so fast that I was a freak, you know, and there'd be no hiding from that.
Yeah. Everybody knows what everybody's doing.
No, I would assume, not just assume, I know for a fact that you were and I'm not saying this because I've read anything or seen anything. You were always funny.
Yeah. I mean,
you can whisper, but that mic is good.
I feel like, everybody always told me I was, and I felt like I could tell a story and I could get a laugh. I did. I always felt that. But I grew up watching television, like Match Game. My little mama sent me to kindergarten at 4 before the law changed in Tennessee because she said, you're so much smarter than everybody. She always blew smoke up my butt. But, and then I needed a nap real bad at kindergarten at 4. So then she let me stay home. She go, does your tummy hurt? And I go, yeah. She goes, let's stay home and watch Hollywood Squares.
Yeah.
So I grew up watching TV and thinking as a little bitty child, I want to do that. I want to do something. I want to be an actor or a comedic actor or something. And I would love stand up and all that. But you're right. At 18, it never dawned on me to get in a car and take $60, like you hear people say, and go to LA or go to Chicago to the Second City or never, I did not know about that.
Right.
So I went on to college but I wanted to be in show business from the time I was little.
This is interesting because you knew at an early age, I'm funny, but I'm growing up in this. What's the name of your town?
Adams, Tennessee.
Okay, you're in Adams, Tennessee, and you stick that in your back pocket, but I think it then becomes inevitable that that's going to happen at some point, even if you think you've left it forever.
I do think because I live close to Nashville, and the country music stars live in Hendersonville, where is close to Adams, where I was raised. And so we would go into town and go to the mall or go to Sherwin-Williams to pick up paint or something, and I would see country music stars. And so I would see somebody with star quality that was on the Grand Ole Opry and on TV and variety shows. Johnny Cash, June Carter Cash. I saw them buying paint one time. Saw the Mandrell sisters buying panties and bras at Dillard's. My heart beat out of my body.
You saw Johnny Cash buying panties and bras?
He was buying paint.
I'm just trying to get you in trouble.
He was buying paint with big fur coat on, long fur coat on, because that's how country music people roll. And I remember thinking, oh, there's somebody that's a star. I thought it is. I mean, I don't know if I thought it was attainable, but that was familiar to me. As a little child, I would see people in Nashville that were big deals that had variety shows and all that. So I saw that, but then I remember thinking, none of my friends are talking about going to Hollywood. And I kind of thought maybe I'm crazy. Something's wrong with me because I want to talk about that and nobody else does.
Right.
So it was both things.
Who were you seeing in comedy on TV? Do you feel is talking to you? Who are you identifying with?
I loved Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
And my mom would let me sit up and watch it, and it was filthy. It was Dan Aykroyd.
Sure.
The Bees. Remember the Bees? Masturbating. Yeah. And my little daddy would say, "You don't need to be watching this, Lucille. This is filthy." But she knew I loved it, and she would let me stay up with me and watch it. And then I Love Lucy, Carol Burnett. And then I would see, Joan Rivers, Johnny Carson, David Letterman, Jay Leno. I would see all, watch Johnny Carson.
Right.
And all of that set me on fire. Yeah. All of it.
Yeah. On some level that's not even conscious, you're knowing, okay, that it can be done. It can be done. Mm-hmm. So obviously you had kids. How many kids? 3 kids?
3.
3 kids. I think you had an early relationship where someone was trying to tell you you could lose your accent, maybe?
I got married. Y'all are going to say she is country. I got married. I was at the University of Tennessee, dropped out and married a boy. I was 21 and then got divorced at 23.
Okay.
Because it was bad, and went back to school and finished, and then met the daddy of these children, Chuck Morgan, who I'm really making him a Hollywood career, really.
Oh,
but
funny.
Anyway,
I know. I'll just say this before you continue. I know your husband, and we all do. Like you talk about Chuck, and it's so funny because we all know Chuck now through your comedy. Mm-hmm. I hope he's cool with it.
He is, and he's getting a big head over it.
Yeah. Oh, good. He
came out at this last special.
Yeah.
And went on stage like that.
Yeah.
And he is an introvert, does not speak.
Yeah. And now he has a long fur coat.
Yeah, now he's going to have a long fur coat.
He's going to go to Sherwin-Williams. I'm here to buy paint. The name's Chuck.
But yes, that first husband told me that I sounded stupid and that he said, you need diction lessons. People are making fun of you behind your back. And he said a bunch of other stuff to me that I believed, but I didn't believe that one. Yeah. And I thought, I don't think so. This is my people, and proud of where I came from. And it just never dawned on me to change it.
Yeah.
And I think it helps me. And I think because it's different, but I know that I've got a thick accent, but what I talk about is universal.
Yeah.
So I just think I do it with a flair.
Sure. Well, first of all, I mean, it's clear that it would have been complete lunacy to change anything about yourself. Do you know what I mean? That's what makes it all work. That's how it all comes together. And I always look for really good images. You know, I like it when a comedian, when they're talking, they tell stories, but they're creating these great images that I can see in my head, even if I haven't lived that life. And I think it was in one of your specials, I think you were talking about, you know, how you're not dressed till later in the day. And you said, I stay in my gown until the 3rd hour of the Today Show. And I was like, I could so see in my head that if we're a country of 350 million, there's 70 million people who know exactly what you're talking about. And I could picture you, I mean, not in a creepy way. I picture you in your gown, and it's a nice gown. But
not in a creepy way.
Not in a creepy way. And then I went and checked, and I looked in your window.
It would be nice if somebody thought of me in a creepy way. I would like to get attention in a creepy way now.
Well, you've come to the right place. I'm going to be calling you at 4 a.m. Hey, Leanne. No, it's absolutely true. Like you said that, and I thought that's a great image that does so many things at once. It puts me there. It tells me who you are. It also connects you to all these other people in a very specific way. It's not a time of day. It's the 3rd hour of the Today Show. So to me, that's the essence of great comedy writing. In that moment, that's what it is.
Oh, my darling, that means so much to me for you to say that. Thank you.
It's happening reflexively. It's not happening because someone taught you to say it that way or you learned it. That's just how it's funny. That's the miracle of this kooky business we're in. And the thing that makes me really happy is when people get to the place they were always supposed to be, which is what happened for you.
Well, thank you, my darling. It was a lot of no's, a lot of rejection, all that, like everybody goes through, but something would come to me, like another television deal, like a development deal for a sitcom, and it wouldn't go far, but it would give me enough to keep going. Because I was in Knoxville, Tennessee. You know, when people around Knoxville were sweet to me, they'd let me be on local news, come on and say a little funny something, and I was doing private corporate gigs and some clubs every year. But, you know, Chuck Morgan is an executive with a company, and he traveled all the time. So I wanted to raise these children, and it was just hard doing a traditional path. But I somehow, you know, did it and hung on. And the only time I thought I might quit, I really got discouraged. I was in my early 50s, and it really was not going well. And let's
talk about that point, because what was happening at that point? Because all along, you've been getting positive feedback. If you're doing corporate gigs or if they're letting you do something on the news, and you must be getting good feedback. They're asking you back. And so you know on a very basic level, this works. I can do this and it works. So what happened in your early 50s that was discouraging?
Okay, I was doing and I always say this, and I love them, they're precious, but I was doing the Chamber of Commerce luncheon at the Dubuque Chamber of Commerce.
Mm-hmm. I'm doing that next week. So don't brag to me.
And they're darling.
Yeah,
but I remember being hurt thinking, because they had a nighttime event. I thought, y'all are not hiring me for the nighttime event. I'm over the luncheon. But I was doing that, and I had a manager at the time that said, God love him. I mean, things were not, he didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. I had social media. I was putting up pictures of my dogs and stuff. I didn't know what to do. Yeah. And I thought, I know there's a lot of people like me, and I know that there's got to be all these women and men that are going through the same thing I am that would, I think, enjoy me, but I don't know how to reach them because Comedy Central didn't want me, never wanted me. I got to go to JFL 1 or 2 times, but I would audition for Aspen and all those comedy festivals, and I was just not edgy or whatever at the time. You know, it was big, like Sarah Silverman was big on comedies. And I was a mama with a capri on that had birds on them with a little kitten heel with a bob. and I wasn't the hippest thing, I guess, or edgy or whatever. So I wasn't making any headway there. And, but I always admired Jim Gaffigan. I would see these people and I knew they had social media, but I was trying to figure out what are they doing that I could be doing to maybe reach my audience. Anyway, my manager at the time said, there's this thing called Dry Bar, and I don't even understand it. He didn't understand the internet. And he said, it is going to be a clean comedy platform. And he goes, probably nobody will ever see it, Leanne, but they want you to do a special. And they paid me a couple of $1,000s. And he said, let's just do it so that we can have more film for you to get more Chamber of Commerce luncheons and corporates. And so
that's the dream.
Yeah. The dream is the Chamber of Commerce dinner. We're going to get you there one day. City on a hill. We'll get there.
And he said, it's in Salt Lake City, just hop on over there and do this. So I went and I did a bunch of old material. I had not been working very steady, so I felt like I sucked. And I did that special thinking, nobody's ever going to see this. They pay me a couple of $1,000s and I'll go home. Well, that thing came out and clips from it, and the whole thing went viral, like 50 million views, which I was tickled, but at the same time, I hated my hair color. See, I'm Southern, so I sit and worry about, I think I'm the it girl. It's crazy. Anyway, I didn't like my jean. It had a big cuff, cut my leg off. Anyway, the whole thing made me sick. So anyway, I got fans from that, but it did not translate into ticket sales. I don't know who those people are that are watching Dry Bar because they don't buy tickets. And I was working some clubs, a big chunk of clubs in there, and they were sweet to me, but they said, you're not selling tickets. We love you. You don't get drunk and fight in the parking lot, but we're not having you back. And I was so discouraged. Yeah. And but that Dry Bar special, I made a little money off of it quarterly. They'd send me a little bit of money. And I thought, I'm going to do what Jim Gaffigan's got. Social media people. I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to hire these young guys to work with me 3 months. That's what I could afford at the time. That's another thing. I was really stupid about, if I made any money with doing stand-up, I bought my kids haircuts and uniforms and all that. That was our unspoken thing between me and Chuck Morgan. I bought the extras and I didn't save for my taxes and I didn't get headshots made. I had like 2 headshots in 25 years. Okay, in 20 years. So I thought, I'm going to invest in myself. I'm going to pay these boys 3 months. And if something doesn't happen, I feel like that's God's way of telling me it's been a good run. Let's get out. Cool. And they put out 1 or 2 videos that went viral. And one of them, I think the one that did it, was me taking Chuck Morgan to go see Def Leppard and Journey.
It's hilarious.
Thank you.
Hilarious.
And now everybody looks sick
really
and had plantar fasciitis. Yeah. Thank you.
And then one of you notices that someone in Def Leppard has a hernia. Like, everyone's sore, tired, and sick at this experience. People in the audience, people in the band.
Yeah. And I think that people related to that, and then I started selling out all over the United States. I mean, like somebody went in a dark room and turned a light on after 20-something years.
Well, I think what those videos did is people, okay, we know who this is, we love her, and now you can really take your time and unfold your stories. That is something that can't be done with like one joke. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I might be getting too analytical about it all.
I think you're right. And I think I never got any kind of late night TV or anything because I didn't have enough time. I don't have rapid jokes. Yeah. It'd take me 3 minutes to say, I'm Leanne.
Yeah. That was 4 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, I always wanted to be on those, but I don't think I would have been good on them, because I need more time. I don't know about that.
I mean, I think it's our loss, but it's a mistake. It's wrong. I'm just so glad it all worked out for you.
My darling.
And when I say worked out, I mean, how are you handling the fact that it's not just gotten big, you're huge, you're a force, all the good things. How are you handling it?
Good, I think, my darling. I'm taking a lot of supplements. I prioritize my sleep.
Look, I'm worried about you and these supplements. We don't want to lose you. You're one of the greats. I don't like you popping supplements at night.
Magnesium.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
that's the
Now we're
good stuff.
yeah.
I love magnesium. Oh, and vitamin D, B12.
Oh yeah, iron.
But but
I think these are gateway drugs. To be honest with you, I think this leads to bigger stuff.
if I had made it at 20 or 30 or when I started when I was 32 really with 3 little children, I think I would have ended up on dope. I've been out here in Hollywood. It's a lot of pressure, and pressure is privilege, and I'm so thankful. But I think because I'm 60 years old and I've lived a full life that I think I'm handling it pretty well.
Oh yeah.
If I'd have been younger, I'd be walking these streets doing God knows what.
Well, I think you'd just be looking for supplements. And when you say dope is, just
dope can be a lot of things.
Oh, so dope is a blanket term.
I think so.
Well, I grew up thinking marijuana and all dope, really, all dope. And it's just so funny to me out here and in New York because Tennessee, nothing's legal with marijuana. And it's my age growing up with the don't do dope. And now everything is, you want some dope? I mean, do you need a gummy?
Sona's high right now.
I am always
We all looked
high.
at Sona.
Yeah, I know.
She's got gummies and, she's got twins. She's got
Stash
She's got little 4-year-olds.
I do. I just recently got a stash box that has a little combination lock so my kids can't get into it.
That's good.
Yeah. That's
Good
okay.
for me. I did it. I shouldn't have talked. I'm sorry.
No, I'm glad that we included you in the conversation because I will say this. She's an excellent mom. Sona's a great mom. But she is whacked out of her head at night.
How old are they?
They're 4. They're
She's
twin
got
boys.
4-year-old
Twin
twins.
boys, 4.
Yeah. How old's your grandkids?
2.5 redhead. That's why I keep staring at him. Which I hope everybody. Let me
You
just
tried
say,
to diaper me when you came in, and I was okay with it, Leanne. I was okay with it.
But just let me say, your hair, you've got a good head of hair.
This is what I got.
And honey, I realized since when I got out here to shoot my series that all these little boys are having to go over to Turkey with bloody heads coming back from these transplants, these Turkish plants. Everybody's worried to death about their hair. Aren't you thankful that big head of hair
I take
you got?
estrogen treatments. I do whatever just to keep my hair nice and thick. I've got.
It is a beautiful color.
I'm wearing
and
a
you've got
training
head of
bra
hair.
right now. I'm menstruating.
A lot of doctors for it.
Yeah, but I will do anything to keep the hair. The hair so far seems to have stayed on its own, but I thought if I ever lose the hair, that's it for show business because that's how people know me.
Yeah.
I'd have to get like a crazy wig.
You'll get one of those transplants she's talking about?
Yeah. No, I'd get a wig that literally ties around the chin. That takes no effort. I would be totally open about it's a wig, but people want me to be that Conan guy, so bam, this is what we're doing.
It's cute.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. But 2.5 for that redhead, and then the white-headed one, the toe-headed one, is going to be 5 in December.
Oh.
And they wrestle all day long every day until they sweat.
Same.
So I wondered, is that what your boys do, is sweating and
all
wrestling?
Day. Yeah. If they're not running around, they're fighting. Yeah. It's just constant wrestling.
And she brings them here, and it's chaos.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I love kids, and I turn into a child when I'm around kids, and I behave often more insane than they do.
Yeah.
I'm the one that needs calming down afterwards.
And you get them riled up.
Yeah, I think you are a kid, and then they come, and then it allows you to be yourself.
And my wife, Liza, always she'd be trying to get the kids, our 2, down to get them, transition them into bedtime, get in the crib, and I would get them spinning around like tops. And then the minute they had to go to bed, I'd be like, well, I'm going to go watch Game of Thrones. Why did you?
Dick.
Yeah, and they're just banging around in their room because I had them playing a game called Murder Death, But whatever, it was probably not the best influence. Yeah. It's funny, you talk about, I've heard you talk about playing the Christian comedy circuit, and I was thinking, I've watched a lot of your work, and I love it. But it's interesting because I don't see a lot of it. It all feels to me that it would work fine in the Christian comedy circuit because I don't know why they would have why it would be limiting. It seems like you're able to talk about a lot of things that don't conflict with what someone who considers themselves a hardcore Christian would think is okay. You found it a little limiting, but I don't know what it is they'd be objecting to.
Early on, I got invited to do, shows in churches, and it just did not feel right to me.
Yeah, okay.
It's just a different kind of stand-up. It's got a different pace. It's got some people that do that have an altar call and all that kind of stuff. Honey, I don't know anything about that. I love the Lord, but I don't, and I want to be able to talk about real stuff.
Sure.
And I don't mean to, I know I keep bringing up Johnny Cash, but and I'm not comparing myself to him, but I remember him in an interview saying, I am a believer, but I want to be able to talk about Folsom Prison.
Yeah, of course.
And getting high in a cave. And, all that he went through. And I'd like to talk about peeing in a bathing suit. I mean, and you just don't know who's going to be upset, or prostitute myself to Chuck Morgan so these children have good shoes. I mean, and I know Jesus loves me, and he knows that I've had to do it.
But
and has walked through it with me.
So Chuck Morgan's now a pimp.
Yes, he has held money over my head.
Oh my God.
And he's got testosterone because he plays tennis.
Yeah. Well,
it's been hard.
Okay, but what I love is that, I mean, I'm being naive, but I don't think those things, I think whatever your religion, you should be able to hear about those things. I'm not a prude, but when I watch a movie where every other word is the F word or F-bombs are flying left and right, I think it's just lazy writing. But everything you talk about, peeing in a bathing suit should be something a congregation can hear. Do you know what I mean?
And I think most of them can.
Yeah.
I just don't want to feel weird. It was more me.
Yeah.
Nobody ever said anything to me, but I just thought, I don't think this is where I'm supposed to be. I want to be a mainstream comedian.
Sure.
And I consider myself clean, but I have innuendo, about Chuck Morgan. So I wanted to be able to be free, and I feel like I couldn't have been free. And I can do a women's, honey, you talking about a good time, is go do comedy for a bunch of women at a church on ladies' night where they've got a taco truck out front and somebody's selling Mary Kay in the lobby. Honey, they throw their purse in there. You could say anything.
That's
and they
great.
go nuts.
Sure.
So I do fine at that kind of thing. I just, early on, I was kind of getting not pushed into that, but, opportunity would come up. And I just thought, I don't think this is where I'm supposed to be. I enjoy clubs.
Yeah.
I enjoyed clubs and then talking about my Sunday school class in the club, dropping
also,
a little seed.
I like the community. The community is so much fun. I love being around writers. I love being around comedians. I love just being absolutely ridiculously silly and the back and forth. It's just fun.
It's so fun.
Some of your years in the wilderness where you're raising kids and you're under the cruel boot heel of Chuck Morgan, I feel like, that might have been a little lonely at times because you get such a natural high from being around audiences and other comics and talking about this stuff.
It's weird how my career would go. There were, every year I stayed kind of busy, and then there would be a big boom, and I'd get to go on a little tour with other female comedians.
Right.
And, we'd all be together, and that'd be fun. But there were a lot of times where I couldn't get booked, but then I'd get a television deal.
Yeah.
From ABC.
Yeah.
Something crazy like that, but then it wouldn't make it.
So then you get a call, Chuck Lorre, who is probably got the longest winning streak of creating hit sitcoms of anyone. He calls you and says he wants to do...
He flew to Knoxville and sat on the back porch. We fed him lunch. He barely eats. Cute in his pants. And me
You
being
make
a
it sound like there
Southern
wasn't
woman,
even a TV deal. He just showed up on your back porch and you had to feed him. And then later on he said, hey, maybe we could do a sitcom. That's hilarious. So,
but me as a Southern woman, I was more worried about the food.
Yeah, of course.
But he came there, Warner Brothers flew him, and he sat on that back porch and said, I've watched your special, and I'd like for you to do a television show with me and ask me. And said that whole 10,000 hour thing. Like, Leanne, I can tell how much time you put into this.
Yeah.
That it was 20 years and that you put your time in. And that meant the world to me. Because I really have gone through times in my career where I thought, am I like one of these kids on American Idol that thinks they can sing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe I don't have it. Maybe I'm crazy. So through the years, like Matt Williams that created Roseanne and Home Improvement, I had a deal with him. When it's people like that believe in you. But yeah, Chuck Lorre. And let me tell you, it went quick. It was like, Chuck Lorre, we're going to Netflix. We're going to talk to him. They bought it in the room.
Yeah.
Like, we'll do anything y'all want to do.
The show is Leanne. It's you. It's not, yes, you're working with these other great actors and writers, but you have to carry a big load in this show. And these shows are hard. It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of work. And on top of all that, you have to make sure that you're yourself, that you're not playing someone, you're playing yourself. So all those things are really tricky, and you've been managing it really well. I mean, you've been pulling it off, but that's no small feat to do that.
Well, the first 3 weeks, I cried every day and said to my youngest child, Tess, who's my makeup artist and makeup artist on the series, she does that for a living, and she took care of me, and she says now she's my caregiver, and she didn't sign up for that. But anyway, for 3 weeks, every day, I was like, pack your bags. We're leaving. I don't need this. Because I'll be on a huge tour and 100-city tour, 150-city tour for the last few years. And that's where I feel comfortable. And I know it's just me and I know what to do. This scared me to death.
Yeah.
I didn't know what camera blocking was. I didn't know. I had to learn a script every week, and I had not built that muscle up. Eventually I feel like kind of did. But I didn't know about table reads. I didn't know all this stuff. So it was a lot. And I was freaked out. I thought, I've wanted this all my life. And do I really want it? And then I kind of settled into it. Promise me you'll watch, like you'll go from episode 6 on.
Yeah.
Because in the first few, I feel like you can see it in my face. I was torn up and freaked out. But they did put pros around me and they all helped me.
But also, that's every single show.
And I do feel like I thought, during all that, and I was scared to death, I thought, well, I know I've got timing. I know I've got comedy timing. I know if they can get me in front of a live audience, I'll be better for that. And I did. We filmed it in front of a live audience on Friday nights, and that helped me. But I did feel like going in, I think I could be good at this.
Yeah.
Because of my timing. I feel like,
and your point of view.
I feel like I know what's funny.
Yeah.
I felt that confidence about myself. And then Jerry Seinfeld called me and was really sweet to me about his sitcom and all the things you said. He said Liam, we didn't even get picked up, and then they were going to pick us up, then they weren't, and all that. And he said, you'll find that, and you'll eventually feel like you're walking into your home.
Yes.
And you'll feel more comfortable. Yeah. And it really helped me what he did. And he also said, you've got to remember, Leanne, you got yourself here. You put in this work, and you know what you're doing, and you're the one that can get in front of a live audience and make people, or in front of, a theater of 3,000 people or whatever, and make them laugh for an hour and a half. You've got to remember that that's what you're bringing to the table. Not everybody can do that.
Of course, yeah.
So that made me feel good. He really helped me through that. I didn't know who else in the world to talk to.
Well, I called you and you didn't take the call. He said she's still on with Jerry. And then
I would have died if you'd have called me.
But I can't work my own phone. That's David's fault. I said get Leanne, and you got Pierce Morgan on the phone.
It was weird. I don't know how that happened. Yeah.
He just yelled at me. Where are you now? When do you start the second?
I'll start in January.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And we have 10 episodes we're going to do. Right. Netflix does 8 or 10. The first one was 16, and the first plan was to drop 8, and then my new Netflix special in the fall, like drop 8 in the summer, then the Netflix special, and then 8 next spring. But they said they had got a wild hair and said, let's just try 16 and see what happens. And but most everything they do is 8 to 10. Yeah. So this time we're going to do 10 because they were, I think my audience, they either binge watched it. It did great.
Yeah.
But they either binge watched it and watched it 2 or 3 times the season, or they saved it like it was network television.
Yeah.
And so they were looking at the completion rate. Also, Mine dropped the same time as those girls that were killing those boars in their panties, the hunting wives.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, now you got to fight fire with fire. An episode about you in panties.
Girl on girl action.
What? No.
What?
Hunting
No,
boar.
that's
No,
what
I was
they
not going to
do.
say
Oh,
that.
That's what they do, though.
Are you a
was gonna
horrible?
go
They
there.
were, well,
Oh.
that's what they were doing,
Yeah.
and killing boars in their panties.
They were.
Wait,
That's
so
true.
it's girl on girl and then they kill boars?
Yeah.
Where have I been? You just described my ultimate television. The only person missing from this scenario is Leanne. All right. Well, man, I have a question. Does the evil Chuck Morgan now, does it bother him that your special's about you being single? Does it
At
bother
first,
him and you're going to be kissing guys and does that bother him?
At first, when they announced it, I think really people thought that it was like a reality show,
Yeah.
and that Chuck Morgan had truly left me for somebody.
no.
And people started saying horrible things online to Chuck.
Oh, poor
And Chuck didn't even
Chuck.
get on
Poor
social
Chuck.
media.
Yeah.
But he
He
said,
took some heat at the Dairy Queen.
yeah. And he said, do something, Leanne. People think that I've left you. And my own little daddy, somebody called him, his friend who's in his 90s, said, I hate so bad that Leanne's getting a divorce. And I said, Daddy, it's not real. It's like Beverly Hillbillies.
Yeah.
You know, it's not
He
real.
said that's not real? I still think that's real, by the way.
Yeah, Chuck at first, and I kind of bumped on it. It felt weird to me that
Sure.
Chuck Lorre wanted to do that. But then I thought, now I realize how smart he was because of this. He said, Lynn, I think whether it's divorce or a job or a death or whatever, everybody, it's universal having to start over.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he said, I think that, frankly, you and Chuck are boring.
Oh.
He said, that's just been done.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And he said, I think because of that bit in my, also in my Netflix special, I talk about my girlfriends, if we had to get out and date, one of my girlfriends said, I think I could show somebody my left breast. The right one looks bad. But he liked that bit. And so, in your late 50s, if you had to get out here and, cat around, which, by the way, I do get to make out with Tim Daly in this.
Nice.
Sweet Tim Daly, who is
Yeah.
precious. And I did say to Chuck Morgan, I'm kissing Tim Daly this week. They want me to kiss Tim Daly, and I was scared to death. And Chuck did not care. And I say this, but I think he really likes for me to make money. And I don't think he cares.
There he is, pimping you out again.
Plus, he knows I'm in menopause, and he probably thinks she's not going to do anything. She doesn't feel good. She's on all those magnesium pills.
She's so doped up on magnesium. She's a magnesium junkie. You're buying it in parking lots. Well, Leanne, you are a tonic. You're just an absolute joy, and I was so excited you could come in, and I'm delighted for you, but I'm also delighted for everybody that likes comedy because you're fantastic. You're really great, and this is a joy. Just a joy having you here, and I hope you come
angel.
back.
Honey,
Come
I would
back.
love to come back.
Because this is a fun place to hang. You'd
I
like
will
it
be
here.
here in January through April, and I can mop, and I can do dishes. I can do whatever y'all
Someone's
do.
gotta
Bring
tell
those
EB.
babies in.
Yeah.
I can
good.
tend to your babies.
Okay, yes.
I don't know. You don't want to do that.
Yeah, I'll bring them to Knoxville. I'll just drop them off.
Dollywood.
Okay,
Two
yeah.
tornadoes. Or soon, Nate's Disney World. that he's built-
Nateland.
Nateland.
Where Opryland was. I grew
Yeah.
up going to Opryland. Can you believe him?
I've been to
He-
Opryland. Years and years ago, I went to Opryland and I got on stage at the Grand Ole Opry at one point.
Oh my gosh.
My God, I loved it.
Mhm.
Just loved it.
It's
I want to go
special.
back and I want to play some music there someday. That's my dream. Yeah.
You play music?
I
Conan,
I started playing years and years ago. I was doing rockabilly, which is kind of where it's Elvis Sun Session and Jerry Lee Lewis and all that stuff. But some of
Yeah.
it sounds like country, and now I've become friends with some country music guys, and I'm always looking at them thinking, I think this is kind of what I'd love to do
Oh
someday.
my Lord.
Yeah,
What
Clint
do
Black.
you play?
Clint Black's a friend of
Guitar?
mine.
Oh.
Guitar, yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my darling.
So I guess got to go live in Nashville because all my friends live there now.
All your friends moved there?
Yeah.
And
I
you
guess
know,
we're
when I
moving.
knew people were moving, hoop-de-doo, LA people were moving to Nashville, their Nordstrom shoe department honey, all of a sudden it was Chanel.
Oh.
It was like a good cork.
Yeah.
That was a good orthotic
Yeah.
where everybody could get a normal, everyday, sensible shoe.
No, it's
And then it was just all of a sudden Gucci, all that, LA people.
No, Nashville has become probably too fancy for me, which is it's amazing. It's great, but I love it there. Absolutely love it there.
Yeah,
and
it's
great
nifty.
people, really lovely.
Mm-hmm. And then Knoxville, up in East Tennessee in the Appalachian Mountains is all that bluegrass, that unbelievable bluegrass that is wonderful. And my son plays the banjo and the mandolin
cool.
and the mountain dulcimer.
Yeah.
Well, now he's got 2 babies. He doesn't get to do anything. But, I mean, he grew up playing those and taking lessons and all that because he loved gospel bluegrass.
All right, I'm going to open for you doing really bad country music. That's going to hurt you badly.
No, it wouldn't. Everybody would be on fire.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll talk. We'll
It'll
talk.
hurt you.
I'll do it for free.
Yeah.
I'll pay you to do it. Leanne, just continued crazy success to you, all the good things. And we're all so thrilled that we got to meet you. This is a real treat.
Honey,
Thank you.
this is my treat. Thank you for having me. I feel like I'm with Elvis.
What?
Let's stick with that. Yeah. We'll go with that.
No.
Yes. Print that. Print it. Print it.
Oh, no.
We haven't done a state of the podcast in quite some time, and that's where we bring on the great Adam Sachs to tell us about how the podcast is doing, where we are, where we're heading.
Yes,
Adam?
this is very good because I feel like I'm working on a submarine and not getting a lot of feedback. People on the street often say to me they're enjoying the podcast. And I recently went to the Philippines and people there would come up to me and say, I just was listening to you on the podcast in the Philippines, which is really cool. But other than that, I get no feedback, intel. I don't know what's happening. So Adam Sachs, you are the podmeister, the pod whisperer.
And not since our lawyer, David Melman, have I seen so many notes. Look at this.
I'll explain why. But yeah, so, it's this, we've been doing the show now for 7 years.
That's unbelievable to me.
Yeah.
7 years.
It's crazy.
That's crazy.
We're close to
I forget.
10.
Yeah, it's insane.
We had babies in the
Yeah,
time.
Sona and I had made babies.
My children were like little when we started. They're in their late 50s now.
I know. I was 4 when the
Yeah.
show started.
It's incredible.
The crazy thing is, so 7 years in, the reason there's a few things on this paper, but one thing I wanted to do is read off some of the accolades that the show has gotten, because we don't talk about this really ever on the show, or even we don't talk about it much off the show either. But
It's a very Irish Catholic podcast.
I know. But I was like, you know what? We don't really ever celebrate this. These are just 2025 honors. So 7 years in, I wanted to, these are some things that the show has been honored with this year. A bunch of awards, including the 2025 Webby Award for Best Host, the 2025 Signal Award for Best Host.
Which host are they talking about?
Yeah.
They didn't say. 2025 Ambi Award nominee.
Ambi sounds like it's short for Ambien.
2025.
You put people to sleep?
This is the Ambi is the Academy of Podcasts. And so
there's an Academy of Podcasts?
Yes, it's actually 2025 Ambi Award winner for Best Comedy Podcast.
Oh, check us out.
2025 iHeart Podcast Award winner for Best Ad Read. Now, this is an award, Conan, you've won almost every year, if not every year.
Oh, well, I help them.
So-
Because when I read the ads, you can tell that I'm unhinged. Yes?
Yeah, I think that's a huge part of it.
I
Bouncing
can't
off of
seem
me.
to read an ad without behaving like a fool.
He's
Yes,
not doing it
but
alone.
the
two of
important
us,
thing is
the two of us.
advertisers keep coming back. So the
Okay.
unhinged ads also work.
And by the way, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to interject that it's best host or whatever. It's a team effort. And I don't mean that at
I'm
all.
glad you feel that way.
Yeah, because I feel like when you do ads, there is somebody else sitting across from you who's helping you with like the ads and stuff.
Yeah,
right?
I think you're really good at saying, that's true. Or, oh, you.
Yeah,
No, I'm saying,
I am.
I am.
There's something about the ads that are crushing it. And
Yeah.
also, if you were here just sitting by yourself,
I'd be scared.
you wouldn't be good.
Yeah,
We
wouldn't be
make
good.
you better. You're welcome.
Hey, and you know what? That is true. That is
I don't
true.
want you agreeing
No.
with me. It makes it worse when you agree.
I know, and that's why I'm getting you. Anyway, back.
Okay,
There's apparently more
all these
awards.
Yeah, and then also some bigger things. Like Time Magazine this year put out their 100 best podcasts of all time. Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend was on there.
That's cool.
Hollywood Reporter this year put out the 44 most powerful players in podcasting in 2025. Conan, you were one of the 44 most powerful players in podcasting.
Ooh, fancy guy.
And also,
I'm going to get a t-shirt made that says, I am one of 44.
we should shout out a great journalist from Vulture, Sean Mallon. He wrote a book, The 101 Podcasts That Change How We Listen.
Oh, cool.
And
look at that.
Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend has a nice feature in this
really
book.
Nice.
So that's why I have this paper, because this is all just in the 7th year of the show, which is pretty amazing. So we have not jumped the shark.
But we will.
Yet. So that I wanted to talk about.
I think when we put contact lenses on while we're doing the podcast, our listeners will never forgive us. And I think that's coming up soon, if it hasn't already aired.
If we could get past that hey game, then I think we're capable of anything.
It was hi.
We've committed some terrible crimes for which we have not been prosecuted.
Time Magazine.
Yeah, there's an Academy of Podcasting, but not a war crimes tribunal for podcasts.
Let's talk more about these nuts.
Yeah, D's nuts.
Yes.
Wait, you said there's more?
Well, the other thing I wanted to, we've had great guests just recently. We've had people like Nate Bargatze, Rose Byrne, Kesha, Io Adebari, Diego Luna, the cast of Spinal Tap, the rest is history, guys, and then a bunch of returning favorites: Bob Odenkirk, Tim Oliphant, Sarah Silverman, Martin Short, Mark Maron. We're still the show gets great guests. And then the other thing,
are you convincing yourself or us?
I don't know. I'm just reading it off the paper. No, these are awesome guests.
I was pretty happy coming in today, and now you're telling me I don't think you're dying. This is good.
All these awards, come on.
Come on. Okay.
It's pretty good.
Okay.
Oh, and you're very healthy. You look hale.
Adam practicing this in the mirror before.
Well, the other thing, this is the state of the podcast. Last time I was on, we talked about video, if you remember. This was a long time ago, but we talked about how YouTube is the #1 distribution platform for podcasts. More people get their podcasts on YouTube now than anywhere else. And so last time I was on, we said we were experimenting with doing full-length episodes. We hadn't really done it
how's
regularly.
That going?
It's going really well. And one of the questions we had was, and why we were sort of testing it, is it going to be like a substitute audience? People who were listening are now just going to shift over and watch on YouTube, and maybe the total pie of audience would stay the same? Or are we going to get new people watching the show, discovering the show through YouTube? And what we have found is that it is almost entirely incremental audience that is coming from YouTube, which is pretty amazing. So that means the audience for the show has grown tremendously.
Oh, wow.
Full-length video, we launched it in May, and it has already almost 20 million views on our full-length video.
No one told me this shit.
Oh, my God.
Oh, we dress like hobos.
Yeah.
I'm not wearing makeup.
I'm literally dressed
What
like
do we?
a hobo.
No, clothing by Boxcar Willie.
I'm with you on that.
Oh my God!
I know.
No one told me this.
They'll never make
Why
fun of me.
doesn't Jeff Ross doesn't tell me any of this stuff? What is he doing? Cut to a golf course. Pretty good. Cut back. Seriously, what's happening?
I should lose some weight.
No,
Well,
I
mean,
don't like that. I don't
I'm
like
just
that. You're
saying.
beautiful.
Oh, well, that's very nice. Oh, my God.
You
Why am I
need to
taking
lose
this
weight.
off?
I will
think
lose
I
some
just
weight.
got-
But I'm glad we're on YouTube so people can check this out. Never, ever make a joke about me wearing tweed again.
No, I'm
Yeah.
saying today, this was something Scott Cronick found.
It's a cool shirt.
Very inexpensive. I just like to put that out there, keeping it real.
Oh.
I wore it this morning and I keep getting compliments.
I didn't say I didn't like it. I'm just saying, leave me alone.
It's
Also-
yeah, you.
I didn't
I'm
say
also-
I wouldn't wear it.
I'm the dean of poetry at
All right.
Now
Hayhurst.
that we know this, what if we come in like the Kardashians?
Yeah.
All like done up.
Yeah.
We look different. You
Oh
have
my
new
God.
giant boobies.
Do
and
you
a
remember when you were driving me the other day and we were stopped at a crosswalk and a woman walked by and you said
butt? Yeah,
BBL?
big time.
She had a Brazilian butt lift.
Oop.
And I swear to God, I've never seen anything like it. I think you could put a whole dinner tray
Yeah.
with like a turkey dinner on it.
Cantilevered.
And it was completely, it was a, her back went down and then it was a 90-degree turn.
Yeah,
I think it went out like 8 inches.
yeah.
Not that I've seen 8 inches. Dun, 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 dun. Anyway,
How's Time Magazine doing with this?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Newsweek just came out. Worst podcast.
Oh,
We're at
my God.
But anyway, it went straight out.
Yeah, it was.
And I thought, that's just insane.
And you were just like, oh, what is something wrong? Like you really were
I
really
wanted to get out of the
confused,
car
and
and like
that's a
help her. I thought
BBL.
she had been
Yeah,
injured.
yeah.
I honestly don't even know how that's possible. What's the engineering behind it?
Yeah.
But you said this is a big thing now.
That's a BBL. Yeah.
Aren't
that's
they
it.
dangerous? I've heard. I don't know why. I've heard that
No.
it's a dangerous surgery to get.
This is gross. We Googled whether or not it smelled because it was in the news recently about it having a specific kind of smell.
What are you talking about? Why would it have a
Brazilian
smell?
butt lift?
Yeah.
Wait, are we just talking about putting silicone or something in your bottom?
Yeah, but there's something about the way the procedure's done where it emanates this awful smell, and it's
what?
a BBL. It's a butt.
This is
smell.
a thing.
Yeah.
And people are talking
Yeah,
about
look
it.
Look it up. The BBL smell.
Is this coming from? I don't even know how to ask a question.
Yeah.
Okay, so the reason we looked into this is because a high-profile person has one, and then her ex said that her butt smelled like trash in Manhattan in July or something.
What a lovely relationship they have. What kind of does he have her?
I don't
I was
know.
gonna say, does he have her back? How could he not? But I mean, how do you? What? First of all, I love that this is all coming from a state of the podcast discussion, and we're now talking about the Brazilian butt lift and how it smells.
We might have to do a two-parter.
Yeah.
The term BBL smell refers to a temporary unpleasant odor that may occur after a Brazilian butt lift. It may be due to bacterial overgrowth. The surgical site can become a breeding ground for bacteria. Fat necrosis. When some of the transferred fat cells die, they release a foul-smelling substance. Poor hygiene or compression garments. Wearing tight compression garments for extended periods can help trap moisture and bacteria.
Okay. Well, anyway, I was shocked. I got to go out in the world with you more, Sona. I don't see these things when I drive around, but when you drive around, it's a Dr. Seuss world we're in. And people are paying good money to have their butts turned into furniture. I mean, this was she had a chifforobe hanging off her ass. It was incredible. Wow. It was a, what the hell was that?
The first.
Sona was playing with, there's a collapsible frisbee she was playing with.
Guys,
and
this is
now
the
it's
state of the
podcast.
podcast. Have
This
some
is the
dignity
state of the
and
podcast.
respect.
I mean, this is very indicative of our entire podcast,
Yes,
I would say.
And
It's
with
on
that,
brand.
we're going to have to make this a
All
two-parter.
right. I wish to say the state of the podcast is strong.
But I wanted to say next time we see a BBL, we should ask if we can smell the butt. Just like go up to her.
I'm so
be
glad
like,
we didn't get out when we had the chance to get out. And
He almost got us out. The elevator door was almost closed, and you ran in and stopped it for that?
and just sprayed fart spray in the elevator.
So that's great. Conan O'Brien gets out of a car. Hey, you! I want to smell your ass! Get over here! It's for the podcast.
All right, part 2 coming next week.